10 facts about animal cruelty you may or may not know. The following information that you're about to hear is from various websites, and some of the information you hear is my personal opinion. Keep in mind that these are just 10 facts about animal cruelty out of the millions. Most of this information that you're about to hear is extremely disturbing. You will see me reading some of the information off my computer. I don't know about you, but I don't believe in contributing to mass murdering. So, therefore, I'm a vegan. Did you know that more than 15 million warm-blooded animals are used for research each year? On a website called Easing Articles, you can type in the facts about animal testing and find the following. Many people argue that as animals are less intellectually advanced, which is a false statement to begin with anyway, and hence can be used to find cures for HIV or other life-threatening diseases. However, it is inhumane to take the animals out of their natural habitat and use them for some kind of research. In US alone, more than 70 million animals are blinded, maimed, hurt, killed, scalded, genetically manipulated, or mutilated, or force-fed chemicals in the name of household products, science, educational studies, and government agencies. Animal testing is not required by law, but done by companies and laboratories so that they don't get faced with consumer lawsuits. So you can get away with mutilating animals and killing them, and somehow you're still able to fall asleep at night. Wow. And by the way, if the animal had the slightest chance of surviving after being tortured and mutilated for research purposes, he ends up being killed anyways. Not all products even make it to consumer shelves. Therefore, these animals were tortured and killed for absolutely no reason. Modern intensively farmed animals suffer especially in their growth period, but also in their journey to the slaughterhouse and the slaughtering in itself. Suffering is only ever considered by the factory farmers. However, if a given stress prevents the animal from gaining weight, meat after all is sold by the pound. 5 billion animals are killed each year for the U.S. meat market. Over 95% of all animals are routinely killed by human beings. Hundreds of millions of cattle, pigs, and sheep are raised and slaughtered in the U.S. alone. And the figure for poultry is more than 3 billion creatures. This makes factory farming by far the most extensive form of exploitation on the planet. Since World War II, farming was no longer controlled by country folk, but became a profits and production for maximizing. Business operated by large corporations like Greyhound, with factory-like assembly line type methods. Small producers are pressured by market forces to adopt factory farming methods as well, in order to remain profitable. Some egg production plants contain 1 million or more egg-laying hens under very crowded conditions. Costs are minimized and production is maximized, which leaves no sympathy for the animals, who are regarded explicitly as food machines. Here's the saddest part. Mothers mourn for their calves by bellowing at the top of their lungs for several days, indicating they both think and feel. Affection-starved veal calves, often with umbilical cords still dangling from their navels, are quickly confined in a small 19 to 22 inches. Here's just a few facts about the fur industry. Mind you, these are just a couple. Trapping. Don't know what it is? A steel jaw leg hold trap is the most common trap used by the fur industry, followed by the wire snare, which crushes the animal. 18 foxes are killed to make one fur coat, and for a mink coat, 55 minks for one jacket. One fur coat. Imagine how many fur coats are out there. That means billions of animals were killed just for fur. Just for fur. Just so people can wear a fur coat. Wow, can we say selfish demons much? 88 countries and 5 states have banned the leg hold trap because of its inherent cruelty and because it is non-selective and traps whatever animal steps into it. So you banned one of the tools for slaughter, but your statement cancels itself out. Because you think you're being much more humane by banning one of the things that you use to kill these animals. I don't know about you, but the word kill and humane don't belong in the same sentence to me. You think by getting rid of one of these methods of killing that you're being more humane, but you're just going to find other ways to kill them, which you already have. I bet most serial killers think this way as well. And if that's not enough, check this out. Many animals chew off their own limbs in a desperate attempt at escaping. This is especially common with raccoons. In the 1980s, a study found that as many as 1 out of every 4 raccoons caught in a leg hold trap would chew his or her foot off completely to escape. Horse plants in the U.S. have all been prohibited from slaughtering horses for a good reason. Undercover footage from inside these horse slaughter facilities in the U.S. demonstrated how horrific these plants were. Many horses were conscious when they were shackled and hoisted by a rear leg to have their throats cut open. There was a history of abuse and cruelty at the U.S. plants, including employees whipping horses in the face and horses giving birth on the killing floors. USDA recently released photos of horses with broken bones protruding from their bodies, eyeballs hanging by the thread of skin, and open wounds all taken at former U.S. horse slaughterhouses. Slaughter is not euthanasia. It is a brutal and terrifying end for horses. We should not allow our horses to be subjected to this tremendous cruelty inside or outside of our borders. Now, people will argue this by saying, but U.S. plans for horse slaughter have been removed. Not true. They've only been removed in a few states, not every state. Corporate demons and possessed farmers are raising these horses and then shipping them to Canada, Mexico, and Japan for slaughter. And that's just a few countries to name. So therefore, you think it's banned, but think again. Not one breed of horse is spared. It can be any breed. Thieves who steal horses take them to make a quick $300 to $800. 90% of horses slaughtered are young and extremely healthy. 2 things about pig slaughter. Piglets are separated from their mothers when they are as young as 10 days old. Once her piglets are gone, the sow is impregnated again and the cycle continues for 3 or 4 years before she is eventually slaughtered for food consumption. Every year in the U.S., more than 50 million male piglets are castrated without being given any sort of a painkiller. So basically, these intelligent and beautiful beings are raped by a farmer holding a machine to do so for 4 years, which after that 4 years of rape, she is brutally slaughtered for human food consumption. Raped and then killed. For food. The industry refers to chickens as broilers and raises them in huge ammonia-filled windowless sheds with artificial lighting, meaning never sees grass, never sees sunlight. Everything is man-made, man-controlled. Most chickens spend their entire lives standing on concrete floors. Some chickens are confined to massive crowded lots where they are forced to live amid their own waste. If you can picture this, imagine never stepping outside into daylight and breathing actual air. And imagine only seeing concrete flooring, never seeing hills, never seeing grass, never seeing the sky. Well, imagine not knowing that you are going to suffer through this for your short life, which you are completely oblivious to. And after that, you're slaughtered for food, for people to eat you. And they pay for it. They pay to eat you after you have suffered for a short time, when you're supposed to live a fairly long life. Now that's tragic. Tragic for anybody. Tragic for animals as well. In his or her lifetime, the average American meat consumer is responsible for the abuse and cruel deaths of 2,400 animals, including approximately 2,287 chickens, 92 turkeys, 31 pigs, and 12 steers and calves. She or he is responsible for 2,400 animals. By the way, that's only for the animals that I listed. Think about all the other animals. The ones that you might wear, or the ones that were tested on for your makeup, or your shampoo, or your soap, or your household cleaning products. And that's only for the animals that I listed. There's exotic food, as some people refer to it as, duck, frog legs, horse meat, sadly, so much more. Figure is well over $2,400 for a single human being. We let this happen for these few purposes that I listed in the video. And I only listed a few, by the way. We are contributing to this sick and tragic machine that corporate demons make money off of. And you feel it by buying what they're selling, by buying lives that were taken so that you can either eat them or use the products that were tested on them or wear their skin on their bodies or their fur on their bodies. And this is all about money. They'll never admit that to you. The commercials never say, by the way, this is what happened for us to sell this product to you right now while you're watching American Idol. This murder is promoted in schools and TV commercials saying, it's okay that you eat meat and dairy. It's required for you to eat meat and dairy so that you can live, so that you can survive. It's required. Oh, and get a few vegetables in there, get a few fruits in there, get a few grains in there. But you need your meat and you need your dairy. You need it, or else you're going to die. That's what I remember hearing when I was in public school. Never mention how many fruits or vegetables or grains you should consume. And if they did mention it, it was extremely rare. But on the food pyramid, there's a huge amount of meat and a huge amount of dairy that you need to survive, in their words, which is by far not true. Commercials are always saying, so you need this in your body. You need meat, or you need cheese, or you need yogurt to, be able to shit quicker, or whatever Activia is selling. Or that Go Meat commercial, that crap, I don't know who it's by, but it's Go Meat, Go Death. That's what you're saying. Every time I watch it, that's all I can think is, yeah, we slaughter animals so that we can be strong. I'm going to provide a link for vegan bodybuilders if you don't believe me. I don't know about you, but I don't like thinking that I need to make my body into a graveyard to survive in this modern day and age. And to all you haters out there, just one thing needs to be kept in your mind at all times when you're thinking that I'm wrong or that any other vegan's wrong. Just know that we don't feel guilty when we fall asleep at night. We're not a part of killing things in the masses that are animals that are used for various reasons. And I am not giving corporate demons money to keep killing animals. And that makes me feel like I'm doing something to fix it. You could feel this way too. I may come off angry. I may come off as being rude and telling you how to live, and I may be coming off as annoying to you, but just know that I only come off angry and I only speak these words so that I can save these animals. I'm only angry for them because they're not able to say, I don't want to be killed. They're not able to say, I don't want to be used for this and that and this and that and meat and dairy and fur and leather. They're not able to say that. It's not to make people watch my videos. It's not to make people mad at me. It's completely and totally for them, the animals. That's the only reason I have this campaign. And that is the only reason that I fight, is for them. So if you're a non-vegan or non-vegetarian, I hope that my video helped you out a little bit more. I hope that I taught somebody something. So thank you so much for watching.